Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. My name is Jackie, and on this channel, we mostly talk about perfumes. So if you are into perfumes like I am, if you love talking about perfumes, then I would love for you to subscribe and become part of the family. Today's video is all about vanilla fragrances. I love the note of vanilla. I love a good vanilla perfume. Whether it's a cupcakey, sweet gourmand vanilla or a classy, sophisticated, woody vanilla, or just anything with a prominent note of vanilla. It doesn't have to be gourmand, but it can be gourmand. I love it all. I love vanilla, and I have 25 fragrances here. I have a lot of perfumes in my collection that have the note of vanilla in them, but these fragrances I feel like have a prominent note of vanilla. It is very obvious that there's vanilla in these fragrances. It doesn't just have vanilla in it. You know what I mean? So if you are interested in seeing my favorite vanillas in my collection, then just keep on watching. Since I have 25 fragrances to talk about today, we're going to go fast. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about each one of these, but just know I love all of these fragrances. And these are not ranked, by the way, because there's no way. There's no way I can pick between these fragrances. But the first one I want to talk about is by Akro, and this is Bake. And this is a citrusy, lemony vanilla. Definitely very prominent on the vanilla. And it is a cupcakey vanilla. It is a very gourmand vanilla to my nose. This is definitely a gourmand. It smells at first, when you first spray it, like a lemon vanilla cupcake. And then as it dries down, I get more of the vanilla than I do lemon. The lemon does fade on me. And one thing to note about this fragrance is that the lemon is incredibly zesty in the opening. I mean, it is zingy is how I picture it when I spray it. It has a zing, it has a zest, it has a zip, and you definitely have to be into that, okay? So this isn't gonna be for everyone. This might be a little too zesty for some people in the opening. It does tone down, it does come back down, and it turns into this yummy, delicious vanilla cupcakey type of fragrance that I think is super edible and delicious. All right, not a cupcakey vanilla. This is not a gourmand at all. This is a gorgeous, classy, sophisticated vanilla. This is by the house of Argos, and this is Pour Femme. This fragrance is so sophisticated and uber classy, but it definitely has a prominent note in the dry down of vanilla for sure. There's a lot of stuff going on with this fragrance. There's citruses at the top. There's some floral notes. This does get a tiny bit powdery. Definitely some white florals. There's a little bit of iris in here. It's got some amber and some woody notes in the dry down, but like I said, tons and tons of vanilla. That is the main thing I get with this. But again, it is not a foodie vanilla. It is a very like a woody vanilla dry down with beautiful white florals, citruses, irisy. It has a little bit of musky tones to it as well. It is just absolutely feminine, elegant, and gorgeous. I absolutely love this. Okay, up next is a vanilla I've had in my collection for a while, but it still remains to be one of my favorites, and I feel like it gets overlooked. I feel like it doesn't get talked about a ton, but it is such a great fragrance, and it's really not that expensive for a niche perfume. This is by Attar Collection. This is Crystal Love for Her. This is gorgeous. This is a sweet vanilla. This is definitely more of a gourmandish type of vanilla. This has some chocolate in it as well, but the chocolate isn't super prominent. I also believe there's some nutmeg in here, if I'm not mistaken. A little bit of nutmeg, definitely powdery vanilla for sure. It's a little musky too, just a tiny bit of musk, but boy, is this gorgeous. I mean, this is a really good performing fragrance as well. It's very sweet, and it's just absolutely perfect, especially for cold weather, in my opinion. And like I said, you can't beat this for the price. You can usually find these under $100, and it's a 100 ml bottle. So absolutely gorgeous. I love wearing this one. It's just a cozy, comforting, sweet, like hug in a bottle type of perfume. Okay, let's go back to sophisticated vanilla. This actually does have gourmand notes in it, and it does smell gourmand, but it remains very elegant and classy smelling at the same time. It's pretty unique. It's a unique vanilla from my collection because I either have foodie gourmands that are just really delicious, cozy, fun, but not necessarily sophisticated and elegant. And then I have classy, sophisticated, elegant vanillas that aren't necessarily foodie gourmand. You know what I mean? This has kind of a combination of both, which again, I find to be pretty unique in my collection. This is by Birkholz and this is Satin Vanilla. Really, really new to my collection and the notes sounded right up my alley. This is just absolutely intriguing to me. There's caramel, there's all kinds of, it's lactonic, there's all kinds of different gourmand types of notes in here, but it's not overly gourmand. It still remains classy and sophisticated despite those gourmand notes. And it is, I can definitely get a lactonic feel from this fragrance. But in the opening, you have black pepper, and I think there's some plum in here too. I don't really pick up a ton of the plum, but I do get that a spicy kick to this fragrance. I was scared of the black pepper because I usually don't like black pepper in my perfumes, but in here it's blended well and it's not overpowering and it actually kind of makes the perfume, I feel like. I think it makes it, gives it that unique touch. All right, and of course we have a classic. This is one of my favorite perfumes. I love wearing this fragrance. This is such an easy reach perfume for me. This is by Kilian Princess. This fragrance is just one that I can reach for anytime, any place, anywhere, and it fits. It's delicious in my opinion. I love this. I love the vanilla in here, but I also love that there's marshmallow and ginger and tea. Oh my gosh, what a cozy perfume this is. Oh, I love this perfume so much. You know, this is just one I will always want to have in my collection. I don't think I ever want to be without this. One of my all-time favorites. I'm a big fan of marshmallow perfumes, and I really get a big dose of the marshmallow in here. But the vanilla in here is extremely prominent. There's no doubt there's vanilla in here, and it's just such a gorgeous stunner of a perfume. Nothing in here is overpowering. It's not too much. It's not too much ginger. It's not too much anything. It's just blended really well. It's a softer fragrance that you, like I said, it's appropriate to wear anywhere. You could wear it to work, you could wear it to church, but you could wear it out at the same, you know, you could wear it anywhere. And it is really, truly, in my opinion, like a princess perfume. All right, up next we have by Dolce & Gabbana, this is Devotion. This is another citrusy vanilla fragrance. It's very sweet. It has gourmand touches. I think a lot of people think of this as gourmand, but I get a ton of the orange blossom in here, which takes it out of the foodie gourmand category for me because I do pick up on the florals in this fragrance, but the vanilla is very prominent and the citruses are prominent as well. Some people describe this as like a lemon pound cake. I don't get that per se. I definitely understand what they mean for sure. I can get vibes of that, absolutely. But to me, this doesn't smell like straight up lemon. It's not like Bake. This has citruses more than just lemon going on. Like I get a little bit of an orangey, grapefruity, lemony combination. It kind of smells like citrus candy to me. Lots and lots of vanilla, lots of orange blossom. There's a panna cotta note in here. I think there's a little bit of rum in here. Oh, this is just absolutely gorgeous. I know this was polarizing. Some people could not stand this fragrance, but I absolutely love it. I do like the intense version as well, but this one I prefer. This is my favorite. Up next, we have by Giardini di Toscana, and this is Bianco Latte. I talk about this fragrance so much. Let's just be fast. Definitely a vanilla fragrance, but it also has some caramel, some honey, some cardamom. Some people get lactonic vibes from it. I think there's a milk note in here or something like that, something lactonic and creamy. Some people get that frothy lactonic feel from this fragrance, but I do not. I get a cinnamon, honey, vanilla, caramel cookie, and I'm just fine with that. This is a beast mode perfume. Heavy hitter, compliment magnet, absolutely stunning fragrance. Not a safe blind buy because that, did I say cardamom? Not cardamom, coumarin. There's coumarin in here, and coumarin is not a note that is for everyone. It does weird things with different people, on different people's skin with like different compositions, so I don't think it's translating the same for everyone. To me, it smells like cinnamon, but that's not what everybody's getting from this fragrance. So if you have not tried Bianco Latte, if you've been living under a rock, if you have not tried this fragrance, then, you know, make sure you try it before you buy. Not a safe blind buy, but I love it. All right, this next one might be up for debate. Some people are going to tell me that this isn't worth the price, and I get what you mean. I do. I totally do. But I was in the mood for this fragrance, and so it worked out for me. but you kind of have to make your own decision on this one. This is by Gleam London. This is Vanilla Crush. This fragrance is expensive for what it is. I totally agree with that. I did get this on sale at a discount, so I'm okay with my purchase. I'm pretty happy with it, actually. I realized that with all my vanillas that I have, they have something else in them. Florals, citrus, you know what I mean? Woody. But I didn't really have just like a basic vanilla, like straight up vanilla. And I thought, I'm kind of missing that in my collection, and I wanted a basic vanilla, and that's what I got. It is basic. So is it worth the price? I don't know. On sale, I think it is. And yeah, for me, because I just enjoy it. I think it smells like vanilla pudding. That's what I get, vanilla pudding. Really nothing else. I really like this though. It smells like it's so delicious. Ooh, this makes me want to eat vanilla pudding. Up next, we have by Gucci. This is Flora Gorgeous Orchid. So beautiful. This fragrance really took me by surprise. It's not like a groundbreaking fragrance per se, and yet it is in a way. It's unique. I really don't have anything else like this. What makes it unique is that ozonic accord that's in here. And I don't know how else to describe what it smells like to me, except it makes me think of sunshine. I get what they mean by ozonic. It makes me feel like I went outside and I'm smelling this really beautiful but not overly thick or heavy vanilla, but it's still sweet and it's still vanilla, and then it smells like vanilla on a bright sunshiny day. And I really don't know how else to explain it. That's what I picture. It does have a little bit of a floral touch to it. There's orchid in here, which I do pick up on. Yeah, it's just beautiful. Another fragrance I talk about all the time, so I'll be quick. This is by Guerlain, and this is Angelique Noire. This fragrance is a stunning masterpiece. I just love this fragrance. This is a green vanilla. It has a lot of angelica. If you don't like green notes, don't be scared of that because it is very, very smooth. I don't like green notes. I don't like things that smell like plants usually, but in here, because there are no sharp edges, it doesn't smell bitter or sharp to me, and I absolutely love it. It's definitely got has some pear in here, so there's some sweetness. This is so good. I adore this. This is just an absolute masterpiece of a perfume. Really, nothing compares. Nothing compares to you. Let's just stick with Guerlain, shall we? This is also one I talk about a lot. This is Mon Guerlain Intense. Tons of vanilla, but this is lavender vanilla. This also has licorice and patchouli in the base, which I find incredibly intoxicating and sexy. One of my favorite grown and sexy date night fragrances. When I want to feel like a mature woman who has her life together and is grown and sexy, this is it. This is definitely a more serious fragrance in my opinion. You could be any age and wear this, but this does lean a little bit more on the mature side in my opinion, but it's super mature sexy in my opinion. I absolutely love it. Like I said, tons of vanilla in here. One of my favorite date night scents ever. You didn't really think I was going to leave out Spiritus Double Vanille, did you? Because this is, if I had to pick a favorite vanilla, this would be it. This is my favorite vanilla. It's been my favorite vanilla for a very long time. I honestly I don't know that anything will ever beat this. This is so good. And it has only gotten better and better as it ages. Vanilla is one of those notes that ages really well over time. It gets stronger and more intense and darker over time. My juice was not this dark when I first got it. Oh, wow. Is this just something special? This is woody vanilla. It's got some rum. It's a boozy touch to it. Has a little bit of incense. It's so classy. It's so elegant. It's so sophisticated. The performance was not great when I first got it, but now that it has sat for a while, it has definitely improved. It's never going to be a heavy hitting perfume that fills up a room, but I really don't have issues smelling this on me anymore. And it is just one of the most enjoyable fragrances I have in my collection. This is by the House of Sillage, and this is Hufflepuff. This is so good, you guys. This is delicious. I think it's the coconut cream accord. There's tons of vanilla in here. That's very obvious. But what makes this so delicious is there's like a coconut cream accord in this fragrance, and that just elevates this fragrance for me. I definitely get that lemony, yummy, delicious, cupcakey feel. There's also peach in here too, I believe. So it's not just lemon. But lemon is what I smell the most. But you know, it's just so delicious. It's so delicious and enjoyable to wear. And, you know, you guys know, I've told you guys before, I really love the Harry Potter movies. And speaking of that, I got a comment from somebody saying I couldn't really be a Harry Potter fan because I only have one house of Sillage. I only have Hufflepuff. I don't have the other houses. I just don't like the way those smell. That doesn't have anything to do with whether or not I really like Harry Potter or not. The comments I get sometimes are so ridiculous. Like some of the things that people say, I'm just like, what? Do you think I'm lying about being a Harry? Why would I lie about being a Harry Potter fan? Like you either are or you aren't. It's not like cool to be a Harry, like, oh, look at me. I'm so cool. I'm a Harry Potter fan. Like, what? I just can't. God bless you. God bless you. All right. This one has been a favorite of mine for a very long time and still remains to be a favorite. I don't see that changing at any point in time. This is by Jousset and this is Accident à la Vanille. Oh my gosh. It's basically caramel. It's ambery, warm caramel vanilla. That's what I get. This gorgeous mixture. Every once in a while, I get like a little bit of a popcorny feel to this. I kind of get the impression of it, but it's not realistic popcorn, but it kind of goes in that like caramel popcorn direction sometimes for me. I love to layer this with the Boom Boom Cream from Sol de Janeiro. The two of these go together like peanut butter and jelly. Not really, it doesn't smell like peanut butter and jelly, but you know what I mean? It is just, oh my gosh, this is delicious. So fun, so edible, yummy, yummy. If you love caramel and vanilla, this is just a must-have, in my opinion. All right, up next we have by MFK. This is Gentle Fluidity Gold. This is definitely not a gourmand, but tons and tons of sweet, delicious vanilla. Such an elegant and classy and sophisticated fragrance. I love the nutmeg in here. I love the juniper berries in here. It kind of gives me this like rose feel. It's not rose though, but the juniper berries in my nose, my receptors, think of like a rosy slash berry combination. So good. This is one of my favorite perfumes in my collection. I think this is such a stunning perfume, very feminine and just very elegant. Another like princess perfume in my opinion. All right, up next we have by Mugler. This is Alien Goddess, the Intense version. This is white floral for sure. There's lots of jasmine in here and there's also a lot of amber. It's very, very warm, ambery. There's a little bit of coconut in here. But in the dry down of this perfume, a ton of vanilla comes out. It is vanilla forward. That's what I love about this fragrance. I feel like they took the OG Alien and Alien Goddess, put them together, they had a baby, and then added a ton of vanilla in the base, and boom, you have this gorgeous fragrance. It's my favorite Alien. I don't really care for the OG that much. Actually, I don't care for it on me, but I like the way it smells on other people. Alien Goddess was really great, but it was a little too off of the Alien line, you know? It was too beachy. I mean, I love beachy scents, but I was looking for, this is it. This is what I was looking for. In the middle, lots of vanilla. Such a great fragrance, such a great designer release in my opinion. Up next, we have by the House of Narcotica. This is Happy Dust. This is a fragrance I was not sure about at first, guys. I did not know what to think of this. I really, really loved the way that it smelled when I first got it, but the performance was terrible. But I've had it for quite some time now. I've had it for over a year, and it didn't take a year for it to get stronger. It only took like a month or two, but now I can smell this on me just fine. There's no issues with the performance for me, and this is stunning. It's got tea, like matcha tea, but the vanilla in here, you know what? This reminds me of this fragrance, Hufflepuff. These two smell similar to each other. This is different though, in that it has more of like a green feel to it, and this has more of like a coconutty feel to it, but they do have a similar vibe to each other. That's interesting. I don't think I ever put that together, but now that I smell them side by side, oh wow, they're not the same. They're different. Like this definitely has a ton more lemon. So they have a similar scent profile to each other, but I am picking up differences between the two. But I would say if you like Hufflepuff, there's probably a pretty good chance you're gonna like Happy Dust and vice versa. All right, up next we have by Navitus, and this is Monty Cassonade. What a gorgeous fragrance this is. This is definitely a unique vanilla in my collection. I don't really have anything else like this. This is sweet, vanilla bean ice cream with some, I definitely pick up some toffee, which is funny because when I first got this fragrance, I picked up butterscotch big time, but it doesn't smell like that anymore. It's more of a darker like toffee feel now, which is what I think is actually in here. And then I do get the woody notes in here as well. So this isn't a full-on foodie gourmand, which I really love. I love the ice cream vibes. I love the toffee vibes. I definitely get a vanilla bean, specifically vanilla bean in here, but then the woody notes come through in the base and keeps this from being like a sickly sweet over the top, like straight up ice cream foodie gourmand. I really, really enjoy this one a lot. This one has gotten a ton stronger from when I first got it. It was only moderate performance when I first got it, but now it is like strong. Another vanilla by Navitus is Vanilla Eclat, and this fragrance is it's really not a gourmand vanilla to my nose. It's sweet. It does have a sweetness to it. There's some coconut and some caramel, but really I don't view this as a foodie gourmand because I get a ton of the sandalwood in here, which I love. I'm a big fan of sandalwood. It's very smooth and creamy sandalwood, and I get a lot of the rice note in here as well, which takes it out of that like sweet, that overly sweet scent profile. It doesn't remind me of like a cupcake, you know what I mean? Or vanilla pudding or anything like that. It's really elegant smelling. It's another unique vanilla. This brings something new to my collection that I don't get from anything else. All right, up next we have by Nishane Ani. I talk about this one a lot. This is definitely try before you buy. It's very, very spicy. It's a little too spicy for some people. Lots of spices, citruses, and some green notes, and tons and tons and tons of vanilla. I absolutely love it, especially in cold weather. Ooh, this just hits home for me in super, super cold weather. Some people find this to be too masculine leaning. I do not. I think it's because of the cardamom. I just find this to be a perfectly down the middle unisex fragrance that I really, really love. Super, super strong fragrance. This is a heavy hitter fragrance for sure. Up next, we have a very classy powdery vanilla. This is by Noble 1942, and this is Cafe Chantal. Gorgeous, elegant, sophisticated vanilla, but the vanilla in here is sweet. It's like a sweeter vanilla. It's not necessarily like a woody vanilla or I would classify this as classy and sophisticated, but the vanilla is kind of powdery. I think there's some heliotrope in here, which lends to that powdery feeling. So I would say this is a little bit mature, possibly. There's star anise in here. There is some iris, I believe. I believe there's some almond, a little bit of cherry in the opening, but the cherry's not overpowering. So if you don't like cherry, that's not the star of the show. It just kind of adds a little bit of a fruitiness to the fragrance that I really enjoy. Up next, we have by the Seven Virtues Vanilla Woods. And this is one that has been one of my favorite vanillas for a long time. Stunning perfume. It's pear, it's caramel, and lots of vanilla. The vanilla in here is intoxicating. This has definitely gotten stronger with time. I can smell this on me for the entire day with a beautiful, moderate scent bubble around me. And the wafts I get from this are just, I just want to keep smelling it. I just want to keep smelling it. It's so good. I'll never get sick of this. One of my favorite vanillas in my collection. I do get a little tiny bit of some sort of smoky vibe in the opening for just like the first minute, and then that goes away for me. Some people get it through the entire wear of the fragrance, but I do not. It just becomes this really, really sweet caramel vanilla, emphasis on the vanilla, beautiful fragrance. Okay, this next fragrance is pretty new to my collection, but oh my gosh, do I love this. This is by the House of Tumi, and this is Utopia. This is a very feminine, easy reach fragrance. This is so easy to wear. I cannot imagine anyone not liking this fragrance, honestly. It's got a little bit of a soft, spicy kick with pink pepper in the opening. And then there's some white florals in here, but it's not overly white floral. It's not indolic at all. I think there's like jasmine in here or something like that, but it's not indolic to my nose. It's just very feminine leaning. It's a little sweet, a little soft, spicy, like I said, from that pink pepper. And then there is a ton of vanilla in the dry down. I think there's sandalwood in the dry down of this too. I'm definitely picking up a little bit of a woody feel from this fragrance, but the vanilla is definitely the prominent note in the dry down. All right, another very feminine leaning vanilla is by the House of Xerjoff. This is Dama Bianca. And this is such a wonderful fragrance. This is one of my favorites. This is my second bottle of this perfume. I am so in love. It's one of my favorites of all time. This has usually makes my top 10 for life or close to. I think it got kicked out in my last top 10 for life video, but honestly, this has my whole heart. I would never want to be without this fragrance. This is very soft, powdery vanilla. It also has some purple florals in here, but it's not over the top floral. It's not over the top purple. It's just such an interesting fragrance. And the opening is so great. I love the opening because it has this citrusy kick with the kumquat and lime. Yeah, it gives this like bright, interesting, unique citrus opening. It's not just lemon and orange, right? It's kumquat and lime. It's different. And that really like ambrette feel. Like that musky ambrette feel in the dry down. It's so soft and feminine and just delicate. This is a princess perfume right here if I ever saw one. All right, this next one is a powerhouse of a perfume. It is very, very strong. And this is a floral perfume and it's not a gourmand perfume, but I can only wear it in cold weather. This is by YSL Libre Intense. This one is tons of vanilla, which is why it's my favorite out of the entire line. I do like the other Libres, but this one is the best. This has tons of white florals in it, but not indolic. It has some lavender, but in my opinion, the lavender is not too aromatic, which is great because I'm not into super aromatic fragrances. This just says boss babe. I mean, this is, you are large and in charge. You are the boss. This is serious. I mean business, okay? I'm here to make a deal, you know, that kind of perfume. I'm the CEO of a company. Serious, sophisticated, but still really good smelling. Just absolutely fantastic smelling, but very, very strong. Go easy on the trigger or you will choke yourself and everybody else out around you. And tons of warm vanilla in the base. All right, guys, we made it. 25 vanillas for 2025. Let me know what you think of these. Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? And let me know what vanillas you would recommend for me. I never get sick of vanillas. I can't have too many vanillas in my collection. So if you have some amazing vanilla perfumes you want to recommend to me, please do so in the comment section. I love to hear from you guys. If you like this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.